Hey everyone, welcome back to Debt Free Insider. Today, we're jumping into a topic that's not often talked about, but affects so many people. That is debt addiction. Yep, you heard it right. We're talking about whether debt addiction is actually real, how it can happen, and what we can do about it. Before we get into debt addiction, if you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more insightfulness into debt and finances. First off, let's define what we mean by debt addiction. When we talk about debt addiction, it's not just about taking out loans or using credit cards here and there. Debt addiction is when borrowing money becomes a habit, almost like a dependency. Just like other forms of addiction, it has patterns, it impacts people emotionally, and it can become harder to control over time. So, is debt addiction a real thing? Absolutely. Experts compare it to other addictions because it can create similar cycles of dependency, especially when borrowing becomes the go-to solution for managing financial or emotional stress. Now, why do people get addicted to debt in the first place? It's not usually because they want to, right? Let's look at some common reasons. One is instant gratification. When you use credit, you can get what you want right now without waiting to save up. It's convenient, it's easy, and it's incredibly tempting. This instant gratification can be addictive. Two is stress relief. Some people use credit as a way to cope with financial stress, kind of like a band-aid. But this can spiral fast because borrowing doesn't fix the problem. It actually makes it bigger. Three is marketing and easy access to credit. Let's face it, companies make it very easy for us to borrow. Banks, credit cards, payday loans, they're all competing to lend us money. And sometimes we end up accepting offers that keep us in that cycle of borrowing. On a sidebar, 80% of Americans have some form of debt. All right, so how do you know if you or someone you know might be struggling with debt addiction? Here are 3 signs to watch out for. Chronic borrowing. Are you borrowing just to pay off other debts? That's a big red flag. Emotional borrowing. If you're using credit to feel better emotionally, or if you feel anxious or irritable when you can't borrow, that could be a sign of dependency. Avoiding financial reality. If you're afraid to check your balances or even open your bank app, this could indicate that debt is taking over your financial life. If any of these signs sound familiar, don't worry. The good news is, you're not alone, and there are ways to get help. Let's go over a few steps. Acknowledge the problem. Admitting there's a problem is the first step. Recognizing that debt has taken control is powerful because it gives you a reason to start making changes. Set realistic financial goals. If debt has been a part of your life for a while, it'll take time to get out. Set achievable goals, like paying off one small debt at a time. It keeps you motivated without feeling overwhelmed. Seek professional help. Debt relief options are out there, from credit counseling to debt consolidation programs. Professionals can help you structure a plan to get back on track. Replace borrowing with healthy financial habits. Start building healthy habits, like budgeting, saving, or even side hustling. These new habits make it easier to break away from relying on credit. So, is debt addiction real? The answer is yes, and it can happen to anyone. The important thing to remember is that recovery from debt addiction is possible. It takes time, patience, and sometimes help. But it's worth it to get back control over your finances. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more insights into debt and finances.